Hey everybody, it is me, your favorite comic book artist's favorite comic book artist. And today we're going to do an unboxing. This is an unboxing of some books that I sent to CBCS at the end of last year. They had a kind of down low um, signature verification sale. So you kind of already had to be on their radar or message them directly to look at getting the discounts. So I sent my two Chucky books and a book that I have that was signed by George Perez that I bought from a third party to be graded and verified. These books, I'm not really concerned about the grades, especially the Chucky books, because this is more about having these encased, having these preserved, having these, just really taken care of in this time. So I'm going to open this up. We're going to go through the grades. One of these books, interesting. I haven't looked at the grades yet. We're going to go through that as well. So this first one is the George Perez signature. It's a verified George Perez signature. This is Infinite Crisis number 4. Crispus Allen becomes the Spectre. Earth 2 returns. Bloodhaven is destroyed. This is also, I believe, the second appearance of Jaime Reyes. He becomes Blue Beetle in the next issue. He first appears in issue 3. The only downside to this is the Jim Lee cover. Don't get me wrong, I'm fine with the Jim Lee cover. But being that this is signed by George Perez, it would have been cool if it had been the George Perez cover. That's the only downside to this. And it is a verified signature of George Perez. And, oh wow, 7.5. That is like I said, this isn't about the grades. But yeah, I can see the corners, especially on the outside, are kind of rough. This bottom corner is pretty rough. Doesn't look like, yeah, there's a couple of spine ticks on there. I mean, you know what? I said I wasn't going to care about the grades on these because this was more about having these verified and having these preserved. And in actuality, this book is going to be a part of my Nightwing display, even though Nightwing, I don't think he's actually in this book. I would have to see about it. And the reason this would go with my Nightwing display is because George Perez, along with Marv Wolfman, were the ones who took Dick Grayson from being Robin, transforming him into Nightwing, who is one of my favorite characters. All right, so the second book in this is going to be the Chucky Devil's Due. And this is signed right here by Brad Dourif. Verified signature, Brad Dourif. This is the photo cover, Volume 1, Issue 3. Oh, so the indicia is wrong on this. I was just like, this isn't Volume 1, Issue 3. This is Volume 2, Issue 1. So this book has an error in it. Don't know if they corrected that error. That's kind of interesting, though, right? Cool thing about this is you've got this really great Chucky ad in the back. The last book has an ad on the back that I didn't notice before because I'd never taken it out of the bag and board before. But Chucky, Volume 2, Issue number 1, photo cover, 9-2. Okay. Like I said, it's not something that I'm really worried about with the grades so much as the preservation. I was hoping for like 9s or above on these. But yeah, there is the ad for Chucky number 2. it's so funny because when I looked at this after I picked it up on Key Collector, when I looked at this on Key Collector after I picked, but when I pulled this up on Key Collector, it was listed as like $3-4, right? It wasn't listed as, I don't even know if it was listed as a key, but the variant, the photo cover, when I went to Mad Monster, I was like, this is perfect to have Brad sign. And I, but I just decided to start looking these up on eBay, right? Wasn't planning on selling it or anything like that, even before I got it signed. And I was like, holy shit, like Key Collector. Key Collector is one of those interesting apps, right? There's a lot of apps out there where you can look at the value of comic books and stuff like that. Probably the best is going to be eBay, right? As much as eBay sucks for a lot of reasons, um, you're seeing actual numbers of recent sales, and that's if books of that type have sold, right? So Key Collector listed this book as like a $4 book, $5 book, maybe even down to $3. Like that's what it was worth on Key Collector. But you look this book up on eBay, and nothing has sold for less than like 40-50 bucks, which is about what I paid for it. Uh, so this one, I have another copy of this, but it's a much lower grade. So I've got Child's Play 2, number 1. This is actually the first appearance of Chucky Charles Lee Ray in comics. Begins adaptation of the 1990 Child's Play 2 movie. Verified signatures of Brad Dourif, Alex Vincent, and Christine Elise. Right? So the cool thing about this is it has the Child's Play 2 poster, which I have right there on the ad for it. So this was released. Okay, now playing in theaters everywhere. So it was released in correlation with the movie itself, which is kind of cool. But just having this book signed by these three individuals and getting to meet them and stuff like that is a story in and of itself. And that's why the grades on here don't really matter. If it's a good grade, great. If it's a bad grade, it's still for me a piece of movie history, and it's really important to have it preserved like this as well. So grading 9.2, another 9.2. That's good. I mean, like I said, I was hoping for nines or above. This was also sold as like a near mint book, but this is so stellar to have and be able to put this in my big cabinet next to my Chucky doll, next to the photos of me with Brad and Fiona and Christina Elise and Alex Vincent. Um, I'm really, really happy to have these back. This was the most nerve-wracking one, right? Just because of how important these autographs are. Because this was all about having these verified, and that's what matters most to me, right? But honestly, man, I mean, that Crime Suspense story is number 16, and this Child's Play 2, number 1. Uh, I would definitely say crown jewels of my collection. Like, I have a couple of other triple signed books, none that I've ever gotten triple signed. Um, but Phoenix Fan Fusion is coming up in a few months, and um, the voice actors for Denji, Power, and Aki from Chainsaw Man, which is one of my favorite animes, are all going to be there. And so my full intent is on Saturday to get in line and get SIGs from all of them. And I have a slabbed art book that I did of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, where I crossed everything out except Power and drew Power on there. And so I'm asking one of the main people at CBCS if like, so what do I do if I crack this to have her sign it? Do I have, and it's just like, I don't mind paying the extra, like, I think it's like an extra $8 or whatever, right? Because you'd have to pay to have it reslabbed anyways. Um, because of the, because you're cracking it, so it's got to get put back in there. So I think it's like an $8 thing for witnessed for me. Um, Even though it's already been signed by me and drawn by me and stuff like that, I think I can resubmit it that way and then have her sig be like either witnessed or verified. And then I'll probably have maybe my Chainsaw Man figure that's still in the box signed by the voice actor, and then probably volume one of Chainsaw Man signed by Aki and Denji and Power. Um, yeah, so it's going to be another really, really cool year. But I'm really, really glad to have these back, and I'm feeling better. Not a ton better, but like the coughing isn't causing my head to expand or whatever. And I said that I wasn't going to go too much into this or delve too deep, but I am super happy to have these books back, and will be very glad to have these in my display until they cart my dead body out of this home. All right. You guys take care. I hope you're doing well. I hope this brought a little bit of levity in this really fucked up world that we're living in. Yeah, really, really hope you're taking care of yourselves and each other. Till next time.